If you are afraid during the stream, fear not. Just look into the eyes of these innocent animals. They will protect you. So the game we're going to be playing is called Anatomy. It's by Kitty Horror Show. And the sort of tagline for it is "Every house is haunted." And this game is also very dark, not necessarily where it's so edgy way, but it is difficult to see things. Here we have a sofa. Oh hell yeah. I really love like old chunky TVs. Spooky. Dissection type thing. Ooh, got a little VHS distortion. Leave the house. No. That's not particularly scary. That's really nice. I actually want to know who did that. Is that like an antlion? Okay. So if I fail to open all of the doors, let's make our trek back. But it's probably going to be something scary lurking. The kitchen. That's some tasteful kitchen artwork. I think when you're like buying a house, I mean, I've never bought a house, I've rented houses. I think it's important to check that the houses do have a light switch. Hey kit. So we got a tape.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
Interesting. I'm kind of the same way. I like trying out horror games. That definitely said something there and I didn't see what it was. Unfortunately, this game does not have subtitles. Something dining table, wasn't it? I'll never take. It's a fun thing to be doing in a house. Don't know what that is. Like, I don't know if you were about last time I was doing horror games, but I was very spooked.
The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards such shelters with such reverence and import. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves.
There's a tape in the downstairs bathroom. I don't know if that's like super true. I feel like ants and termites are pretty big on building homes. Did anyone else have a ghost in their girls' bathroom when they were at school? I was expected to die. Okay. Nice little house loop. That does not surprise me, I will be honest. I'm a vampire.
The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body.
There's a tape in the garage. Okay, so we did have some we've got sort of that, and we've got the actual picture of a dissection, I think, back in the living room. No, you don't. Found the tape. I'm kind of waiting for like the big scares to kick in. I feel like we're still very much in the build-up stage.
For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat.
There's a tape in the living room. It's sent like a diagram of the hand muscles. I think. Okay, so for a type of answers, I can stand on a sofa. That's good to know. Can't quite get up onto the TV.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend or long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that it is difficult to shake the impression that the house, through its lightless windows, is a creature capable of vision and intelligence.
There's a tape on the stairs.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom, dreams are dreamt, passions are ignited, epiphanies are experienced in cold sweat at early hours. In the bedroom is where people invariably spend the majority of their time, though comparatively little of it whilst conscious.
Sleep in a bedroom. Look at the house spine. Oh, I'm wondering if that's meant to be a tapeworm, since a lot of the other things here are like insects and such. Not quite sure what's going on in that picture. But so far, so good. No big scare. Everything is fine and chill. We are just wandering around, listening to someone's thesis.
And yet, this analogy is an incomplete one, for obviously the mind is an exceedingly complex thing. If the bedroom represents the thinking, dreaming part of the brain, then it is the basement that represents those lower, unconscious parts. The basement is dark. It is buried. It is a place full of cobwebs where memories are stored. A poignant comparison, truly. Often the unnerving uncertainty that comes with considering the deeper aspects of the human psyche is not unlike gazing down at the swimming blackness pooled at the bottom of a basement stairwell. It is a place we spend our childhoods filling with monsters that will lay for years in patient silence. It is a place that, barring some specific errand, we seldom ever want to go.
Don't like that. I do like the when you listen to this, if like you turn or move away, the sound moves with it. It's very immersive, very creepy. It's all fine. Nothing bad has ever happened in the basement. Okay, I'm gonna go the choice of like making it impossible to see anything unless you're right up close to it, because there are points where you're just straight up stumbling through the dark, and that's both very cool and very not cool. Just floating in the dark. Don't like distortion picking up, don't like that I don't know where I am.
Of course, this comparison, though appropriate, is a very heavy-handed one, and often the basement is little more than a storage space littered with the corpses of spiders and wood lice.
Also
While
bad.
poets and psychoanalysts no doubt dread the thought of a dark basement, in truth, it is the bedroom, the waking mind, that place of dreams, that is actually the most frightening of all.
A bit of skull. Some teeth. More teeth. Dog teeth. Who? Tape player in here.
It is here, in the bedroom, that we are at our most vulnerable. Each night we shut our senses to the world for hours at a time, trusting in the house to keep us safe until next we wake. In this state of extreme vulnerability, we will spend something like 20% of our lives. Anything might stand beside us, watch us, keep us company until dawn, and we would never perceive it. We can only pray that the house will not let such things carry on as we sleep. In this way, during these hours, the bedroom seems less like a mind and more like a mouth. For it is here that the house is most likely to betray us.
Hate this.
It is here that we place ourselves most at the house's mercy and spend each night hoping that it will not bite down.
Okay. The game just closed itself there. That was scary. But also apparently it has multiple endings, so back in we go, lads. Like, one of my kind of fears that's not like a rational fear, but a fear is that if I ever got like one of those sleep recording apps or one of those cameras that go in your rooms, there would be someone in my house. There'd be someone in my room. And I don't want that. So how do we get other endings? I don't think there's very much we can do without listening to the tapes. We were in the bedroom and it was talking about how the bedroom could be considered the mouth of the house because it's where you're most vulnerable and you're just kind of asking it not to bite down on you. Oh, there's a closet. I live here now. Okay, interesting. Okay, so stuff carries on because the first time I played through you couldn't open the other doors. Ooh, don't care for that. I think this is like round 2, the horror ramps up. Bedroom, I guess. Distortion's picking up a lot. That's a spook. I hope, like, in the README or something, there's just a list of, like, hey, here's all the things. There's a tape player in here. Interesting. I was briefly so scared because I could hear a growling sound. It was Elsa purring. So maybe we just play through again. And it'll tell me to go in different rooms. I just want to see if it's different.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defied the era of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival.
Okay, so we're getting a lot more distorted. Stephen Dine, which is here, I believe. Courtyard.
Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy?
I don't think distortion should be this scary. Fucking mirrors sideways, cool. Cool. There is a tad also unlocked. I mean, I'd say lack of subtitles is also pretty horrible. I would like to leave, thank you. Next hit was in the living room, right? I mean, I guess that's like kind of the point. Ooh, there's a TV on, I think. Input. Do you think this is better or worse than The Darkness? Yeah, I think you meant to sort of hear it the first go round, and then the rest of it's just like, you know what's going on. Like, I could hear just enough to know it was the living room text, but that didn't seem to be... Don't like that. No, thank you, sir. No tapes in here. Ooh, can you see that? Okay, after they were talking about the bedroom, but we just got the bedroom one. Cool. I'm just gonna take a drink. I don't want to drink while walking around in case I get jump scared.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are like veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend on a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that the house is a creature capable of...
any idea on what that was? Sound like a few of them jumbled together. And lights are on. Maybe it's a little brighter. Are always plates in here? I watched Hereditary yesterday for the first time, which I know it's been out for a while and everyone's seen it already, but first time for me watching it. And it did not affect me as strongly as this game is. You okay there, bud? Also a good film though.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this section. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom,
I dream that there are teeth growing all over me, everywhere on me and in me, like cysts or bone spurs. They're loose, but I can't remove them because I have no hands. I look out through the bedroom window and I see a truck approaching. A young man steps out, approaches, and enters through the front door. His body is covered in swollen ticks the size of quarters. He's walking through the downstairs hallway and laughing. He begins urinating on the wall. He spits on the carpet. He's moving through the first floor, breaking and upsetting things. He goes to the basement and stands at the top of the stairs. I'm angry at him, so I slam the door and he falls down. I can feel his bones snapping. The ticks are bursting, oozing old black blood everywhere. I can feel them being ground up, dissolved and torn, splitting and shredding. I leave the door closed. I close my eyes and try to sleep. The teeth continue growing on me until there's nothing left of me but teeth and gums and sinew.
the basement is dark.
Was that part clear enough for you to hear? What's going on with these chair legs? Hey. I'm pretty sure that door was shut, actually. That's how we progress in the game. Oh, can I pick up the plate? Ooh. Bad thing to do. House is probably angry with me now. We still can't leave. Okay. Fucking hell. Well, we technically didn't make it to the basement. Oh boy. My heart's a racing. Oh, cool. So in the spoilers, it gives you like hints about how far. Okay. Do we want to do another round? See if it gets any more fucked up? Because I kind of do. I don't know that I died. Oh, don't do that. Did that say Tommy? This is new. I don't know. I thought, from my perspective, it just like distorted out and played a very loud and scary noise at me. Maybe. Don't care for these. Don't care for any of this. Don't even know what that is, but I know I don't like it. Hello? Alright, what you got for us this time? This isn't even the last run through, I don't think. I'm just gonna try speedrunning real quick. When I interpreted the last tape on last time talking about someone coming up the stairs towards the bedroom. game is great in that I'm very much enjoying it, but also I want to cry. I'm very afraid. That was a scream. Don't care for that. That's my living room. Never came back. Oh, we got spooky red colouring because it's a horror game. It's just empty now. Ooh. That's new. Hello? Okay, so we've got to go to the basement again, or the garage. The garage door doesn't open. Wonderful. This doesn't either? Okay, we're missing something. No. Go into the garage because that's glitched through the wall. Do you think the house is manifesting the like spooky pictures, or were they just like the previous owner had weird taste? Okay, you can just touch that, that's fine. I mean, this is the kind of game you're supposed to get stuck on. It breaks the spooky immersion a little bit when you're like, okay, what's my next puzzle I gotta solve? Simply confirming that's the tape. So won't let me into the basement of the garage. Okay. Ah, there it is. I just couldn't see it with everything that is going on. I think this is going to be the last loop I play of this. And then we're going to play a Happy Sunshine game for the remaining hour.
If we were to dissect the house, we would find organs and stomachs, brains and minds and eyes, dreams and memories and a mouth that will bite down.
That's not what I read last time I looked at it. Oh. The last thing I saw on the TV was Never Came Back. God damn, are we gonna die again? I'm just gonna slide my headphones down because I don't want it playing sudden loud noises at me again. Are we cool? We're cool. I can't see anything, but we're cool. Oop.
There is an important distinction that must be drawn between the words dissection and vivisection, a distinction that would appear to be lost on you. Your purpose was to listen, and yet at every turn you have pried, you have prodded, and you have interfered. Have you not been paying attention? Did it not occur to you that as an organism existing within a greater organism, your intrusion would be felt? And still you harassed. And now, like the wayward spider who witlessly settles upon a sweeper's tongue, you will be swallowed. Because the truth is this. When a house is both hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth.
Oh, that was really good though. Okay, we're still playing. Not an exit. skipping that anymore. Don't like it. Don't like the way it looks. Don't like the way it sounds. Like all the big TVs everywhere. That's nice at least. It's comforting. Ooh, there's a tape. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna run it again. You know how when you're listening to like or watching something where someone's like watching cursed tapes and they keep playing them and you're like, why do you keep playing them? I get it. I cannot move.
What happens to a house when it is left alone? When it becomes worn and aged? When its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink? When it goes for too long unlived in? What does it think of? What does it dream? How does it regard those creatures who built it, brought it into existence only to abandon it when its usefulness no longer satisfies them? It may grow lonesome. It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its own empty halls and see shadows, and its heart may jump as it thinks, here's someone again, I'm not alone. And each time it is wrong, and the hurt starts over. It may haunt itself, inventing ghosts to walk its floors, making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac. It may grow angry. Its basement may fill with churning acid like an empty stomach, and its gorge may rise as it asks itself through clenched teeth, what did I do wrong? It may grow bitter. It may grow hungry. So hungry and so bitter that its scruples dissolve and its doors unlock themselves. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so, in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait. Doors open, shades drawn, hallways empty, hungry.
I hated every part of that. So I believe that was All of Anatomy, a game very loosely about haunted houses. It was really good. I was very frightened. I don't know why distortion is like such a scary effect. Because like picking VHS ripples can be like very nostalgic. The house got hungry. House got hungry and it let me in.